everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carlos. Today we're going to be getting into a leg session, our weekly progressive leg session, where we're trying to go as far into progression linearly as is humanly possible. Now, we've been doing this for the last, I guess it's going on 12 weeks now, 3 months. Started at the beginning of October. This is the 10th of the 9th of January. So it's a weekly progression. We're not training twice a week. The training sessions are just too difficult to recuperate and do a midweek session and increase our poundages, which is what we want to do, right? We want to increase. So the strategy for this has been to maintain a loyalty to a routine and a loyalty to an exercise selection. I found a couple of machines that I could progress on. Now, quick word about machines versus free weights. For years, I only did squats and front squats and squats and squats and squats. And they're great. Nobody's going to denigrate on the squat. But when it comes to building your quads, not every person is mechanically or biomechanically apt to get the most from a squat. So these machines are actually very helpful. Now, over the course of years of training very heavy, I have encountered some knee issues. That doesn't mean injuries or anything that has sidelined me, but discomfort, if you would. Discomfort. And I have had to work my way around it. And even with that discomfort, building up to a Smith squat of over 400 pounds, 4 reps, for going ass to grass for reps, even with a significant knee discomfort. Now, I just had to find something that would work without putting so much stress on my knee, and I have found 2 exercises that are doing it. Now, not that I endorse these exercises. This is what everybody should do. Don't do these, do these. No, I don't like doing that because these particular exercises could hurt some people, and for others, they're great. You have to find out what works for you. So I'm doing the hack sled, where the pressure is on the hip. It seems to be similar to a belt squat in the sense that the pressure is from the hip down. It's a great exercise. I've been building up the strength weekly. Every single week, I have been able to hit PRs. Weights, reps that I have never in my life done before. So this is a very exciting progression. It also creates a bit of anxiety, like performance anxiety. And that's exactly what happened on this particular session. I'll just go over it. When I got to the bad selection of shoes, I took some tennis shoes that were a bit slippery on the bottom. They didn't have great adhesion, and I was struggling for the first few sets of getting my bearings on the platform, and that really sucked. When I got up to 4 plates, I was really worrying that I was not going to be able to do the 6 plates. There was going to be no way, so I just took my shoes off. I did them barefoot. I just said, not going to struggle with this, just go barefoot. And I was able to perform. Today was just one of those days where it was intimidating. I was anxious. I was a bit nervous, and it was not that enjoyable to reach those limits, right? Nonetheless, once the task is done, the PR is set. It's 6 plates. It's getting heavy, man. Those 6 plates on that hack squat, it's heavy. I mean, really, it's. There's nothing else you can say about it. But it is a massive amount of weight. At least it is for me. And started those progressions with 2 reps, and then last week it was 3 reps. And today I muscled out 4 reps, and that was great. Now dropped down to 5 plates, and those are, PRs that we have to find, with that weight range also. And I hit 8, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. And I know not to take those tennis shoes on my next session next week, and I feel more confident, But dealing with that performance anxiety is a bit of a trip, man. It's like you don't go to the gym to just work out and have a good time. You're listening to the music and you're exercising. This is hardcore training, Now, the takeaway from this type of training, even though it's not the most enjoyable all the time, it brings the utmost of satisfaction at the end because you are increasing. I mean, I am building more strength. It's objective. I can see the numbers. Okay, there's no way I could have moved those 5 plates 2 months ago. It was like just too heavy. It would have been an all-out effort just to get 1 rep. Now I'm doing 8, so I'm getting better. What does that mean? Well, it's working. It's absolutely working. So that's been, that's the uplifting part there. What else can I mention about this routine? Then we went to the vertical leg press. This vertical leg press is so different from the 45-degree angled press. First of all, the weight is absolutely real, loyal. You put 5 plates, it's coming, the verticality of it, it doesn't mitigate any weight whatsoever. So you're feeling a lot of stress. And I feel the muscle at that angle, it is hitting the thigh in a way no other exercise does. So every single machine is different. And you can't say, well, this should be the same as that. I mean, you're just, breaking it. You're doing knee flexion and hip flexion and you're pushing with your leg. It should be the same, but it's just not. It's just not the same. I felt the stress on the outer quad. I felt the stress up on the, just where it hinges on the hip. Everything just different. And got another PR there. I'd never done 5 plates. Kind of scary, that vertical leg press. I saw Flex Lewis say he tore his adductor doing 6 plates. And I have hurt my adductor in the past, so I know what that's about. And you don't want to do that, man. It's a scary thing. Heavy weights are dangerous, and so they have to be approached with skill. They have to be approached with caution. You have to be duly warmed up in your CNS, not just your muscles. So it takes a lot of, care. You have to be very careful when you're lifting these higher weights. But I am, thank God, most of the time, and I hope I'll never get seriously injured, but I'm committed to this thing. Now, this is the other thing. Being committed. Why so committed to this? You make a decision, man. Is this important for you? Sure. I've been a fool for lesser things. People do things off the cuff and don't realize, their lifelong consequences. People get a tattoo when they're drunk or things like that. They don't think them through. Now, for this, for the bodybuilding thing, I really thought this through and said, this is important. This is a lifelong endeavor. As long as I'm healthy, and there's no reason why not to try to build up my body. Does it take time? Sure. Time passes anyways. Might as well take advantage of it, right? That's, a standard philosophy when you're going through a long-term project. You're going to school for 8 years or 10 years for medical school to get your advanced degrees and everything. And time is going to pass anyways. So you invested in something that's worthwhile, and at the end you're left with a great reward. You have a great achievement. I'm not going through medicine or anything like that. This is a much lesser endeavor, obviously, but it's something that in my mind was worthy of dedicating the rest of my life to trying to build. And so I do. It's not the only thing we do in life, but this is very central. So staying with it for the long haul, I can, work through 8-month, 8-week, 12-week periodizations, get on another block, and then look at things in terms of semesters and years and 5 years. And, thank God I've been given that capacity of that type of patience. And, it's something that has to be worked on too. I used to be flaky with this, like before I committed to it. In my 30s, in my 20s, I would go to the gym, I'd make some progress, and then I'd flake off. I'd do other things. Life got in the way, or I just decided to do other things. And I spent a decade without ever going to the gym between the ages of 33 and 43. I think went to the gym maybe, very sporadically. It was nothing, I had no concept of training. I was not a bodybuilder. That was not my goal. Just went to the gym. So now absolutely committed to it, trying to get better, and I'm seeing the results. If you stay with an activity, you stay with this particular exercises, which, like today, this is the emphasis on the exercise selection, is getting good at that hack squat, man. getting good at it, get better at it. You know, it's not going to last forever. Besides, the machine tops out at 7 plates on each side. And so I still have a ways to go to reach like 7 plates for 10 to 12 reps. You know, that would be, oh my God, you know, I have a long ways to go there. So I'll be working this sled for a while. The vertical leg press I'll be working for a while. And as long as my legs are developing, they are getting thicker. My pants are getting progressively tighter as the weight goes up. It's so hard to build the legs. It's not like, boom, okay, they blew up. They look like balloons. You see the Instagram guys, these bodybuilders with big, massive quad sweeps and veins. No, I can't brag about that. All I can do, this is all I have, is these minor achievements week after week at the gym, getting stronger slowly, week by week. And so, I have to work within my personal limitations and, take what I can get. So I'm satisfied. And so what else did we do today? Finished off with the leg extensions. I tried to do at least 4 sets. Couldn't do them. Did 3. My legs were killing me. I mean, they weren't like injured sore, but I could feel the muscles separating. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I could feel like the quad muscles, the knee, everything was just like really worked from those PRs on the hack, 6 plates, 5 plates. And then to go follow up on the leg press, well, it was a chore, it was a challenge. And especially like the first reps, getting them out. And I do a progression from 130 pounds to 160, 190, and finish off at 2 something, which I'm trying to build up a progression from there. I topped out at 190 today. So that was basically it. I'll leave the video here with you with the narration on top of the individual sets and just going through the mindset of the routine as I go through it, and I'll leave you with that. God bless everybody. We'll see you in the next episode. So after doing our 15-minute moderate cardio, we start our routine with the hack sled. Here, just trying to get the range, focusing on the explosive movement, not really trying to do it too slowly, although I do try, I range it out the first few reps. Here started out with just 1 plate and trying to get not really a warm-up for the muscles. The muscles should be warm after doing your 15-minute cardio moderately, get your heart rate up and all of that. This is more of just getting in tune with the exercise and trying to get your mind prepared for the heavier weights that are coming. And of course, I don't try to do high reps on the pyramid. What we try to do here is just get into an activation mode to release all our energy, all our strength on the top set. So here we're up to 3 plates. I was kind of squirming around. I brought some tennis shoes that were very slick, and I was really suffering with this. With the 4 plates, I noticed that it just wasn't going to fly. There was no way I was going to hit 6 plates with those tennis shoes, and it was just very uncomfortable. I was thinking, wow, I don't want to ruin my session. Nonetheless, I tried with the 5 plates and, just trying to get a few reps here. And it felt very heavy. It was like, wow, how am I going to get 6 plates? This is just unreal. So I took my shoes off. That's what I did. I go barefoot there, and that felt much better. Now here, just trying to do the PR. Last session was 3 reps. So we got 1, we got 2. Oh my God, am I going to be able to even equal the last session? And here I paused for a second, and I equaled last week's session, and of course we have to go beyond that. And so one more rep with the 6 plates, all the way to the bottom, and push, man. There, we got that. Now, I usually do 2 back downs or back off sets, 1 with 5 and 1 with 4. Didn't really want to do the 1 with 4. So 5, last session was 7 reps. When I started these progressions, my all-time PR was 5 plates times 3 reps, and that was great. And today, we got beyond the 7 reps. We actually reached 8, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, 1 more, come on, you got it. There we go, 8 reps. Got another PR, lifetime PR. Never done that before in my life. So here we go to the vertical leg press. Warming up with 2 plates. Warming up, trying to get the range. Just let it go all the way down or as far as is comfortable. it would seem that this is a short range of motion. It's longer than it seems, let me tell you. It does work the quads, the outer quads. It hits the angle at just the right way. Puts a lot of stress on those thighs, on the adductor. So here we go up to 4 plates. And do a little push off there with my hands. And just do a few reps here. Just do a few reps because I really want to hit the 5 plates today. And it felt easy. As soon as I got these, I knew that I was going to go for 5. That's enough. Now we go for our all-out set. Now, I lost the video to this one, so I had to repeat it. This was actually the second set with 5 plates. I said, oh, that kind of sucks, but, now I know that I can do 5 plates. 5 plates is in me. One last rep. That last rep was kind of hard. Bring it down. Yeah, got that done. Man, my legs were screaming. And finished off here with the leg extensions. Usually try to do 4 sets, sometimes even 5. But my legs were very sore. I could feel like to the point where if I put a lot of stress on those quads, I might have torn something after the hack, after the vertical leg press. And so here I'm just going for reps. I got 15. Got 15 with 130 pounds. And then I brought that up to 160 pounds and went for reps here. So for me, it's always harder like the first few reps. And then once I get a groove, I can start, adding the reps into the higher rep range. But it was still very painful. My legs were starting to look kind of pumped even through the sweats there. And it takes a lot of effort to make these legs grow. I don't know what it is, but I just have to really pump these legs. And this was my last set. Last set of the session with 190 pounds. And that was basically it for today. Satisfied. It wasn't like the most awesome workout in my life, but it did have its significant PRs. And that lays the base for further progress for next week. God bless you all. We'll see you in the next video.